pressure testing gas lines and then reflaring copper tubing correctly after finding a leak is the fastest way to make the line safe and prevent repeat failures. When you find a leak during pressure testing, start by fully depressurizing and purging the section with inert gas or air per code. Then isolate the feed and cap the line. Never reflare on a live system. Cut the copper tubing square and cleanly with a quality tubing cutter, leaving a straight, burr-free end. If the cutter leaves a slight taper, file it square with a fine file to avoid an uneven flare. Select the correct flare tool for the tubing size and wall thickness and use the appropriate adapter. For thin wall tubing, a single flare is acceptable in some systems, but for gas service, the standard is a single 30-degree flare formed with a proper yoke or clamp-style tool. If your system or fitting expects a double flare, form it by first creating a bubble with the rounded mandrel face and then compressing to the final flare shape with the conical adapter. Deburr the inside and outside of the cut with a deburring tool or small round file to remove metal shavings that can compromise the seat or drift into the regulator. Then wipe with a clean cloth and a little solvent to remove oils that attract dirt. Check the fitting face and the flare cone for nicks, scratches, or tool marks. Any imperfection requires recutting the tube and reflaring rather than trying to reuse a damaged flare. When assembling, use only the correct fitting type for the flare and make sure the flare sits flat against the fitting cone. Thread by hand until snug, then tighten with a wrench to the manufacturer's torque guideline. If the manufacturer does not provide torque, tighten until finger tight plus a quarter to a half turn with a wrench while preventing the tubing from twisting. After assembly, perform a soap test or an electronic combustible gas detector check at operating pressure, and if possible, run another pressure test to confirm no slow leaks. If a slow leak appears, disassemble, recut past the damaged section by an additional quarter inch, and repeat the clean square cut and flare process. One of the most common mistakes is poor tube end preparation causing flare leaks. Fix by cutting square, deburring inside and out, and cleaning the surface before flaring. Another frequent issue is using the wrong flare tool or adapter, leading to an incorrect flare angle or lip. Use the tool that matches tubing size and wall thickness, and follow the toolmaker's setup steps. The third common problem is over-tightening or under-tightening the flare nut, which either crushes the flare or lets gas seep. Follow manufacturer torque specs, or use the finger plus specified wrench turns method, and always hold the tube steady to prevent twisting. BigHomeProjects.com lists vetted local gas fitters and HVAC pros who specialize in pressure testing and flare repairs, making it easy for homeowners to find certified contractors. For contractors, the directory helps generate targeted leads from homeowners needing leak detection, reflare services, and ongoing gas line maintenance.